called the Amoskeag Falls. The river dropped 50 feet in about a quarter of a mile, so don't picture Niagara Falls. It was not like that. It was a series of rapids and chutes that became an incredible challenge to the fish that lived in the river. These anadromous fish, anybody know what that means? Fish that can live in fresh and salt water. Yeah. So those fish in the Merrimack would be spawned north of us. Salmon, shad, alewives. Anybody from Boston, now you know what the Alewife Brook Parkway is really is about, a fish. And eels that populated the Merrimack. When they were spawned in the spring, they would swim downriver, ultimately to about what is now Newburyport, Massachusetts, to go and spend their summer and fall in the ocean. Come spring of the following year, their instincts tell them to go back to where they were spawned, meaning they had to swim all the way upriver. The biggest obstacle to get north of here were the falls at Amoskeag, because in March and April when they're making that journey, the snow is melting in the mountains, we have our rainy season, the river is usually a raging torrent around that time. So the obstacle was to get up those falls. The fish would try and fight. You've all seen the bears in Alaska snatching salmon out of the air. That's exactly what would have played out here as much as 11,000 years ago. So the wily Native Americans would wait at the base of the falls, go out into the water. It was said that you could walk across the river on the backs of the fish and harvest the bounty of the Merrimack. Hence the word Amoskeag means place of many fish. And that is the name that the company adopted when they were going to create that first planned industrial city. Do you mind if we walk through a little bit? Right. Okay. There are cars that go on this walkway here, so do be careful. I'll be in front, so I'll take the hit first. But they also come the other way, so watch your back. The company was founded in 1831. This was nothing but vacant farmland, so a bunch of wealthy Boston Brahmins got together and pooled their money and bought the 15,000 acres of land. 700 acres on both sides of the river was set aside for industrial, and the rest was to create that industrial utopian community where people would want to live and work. Amoskeag was incredibly benevolent. They set aside land for parks, schools, churches, playgrounds. They encouraged an active lifestyle outside of the workplace. The thinking being if you were active and healthy outside of work, you'd be more productive when you were at work. So again, now engineers, anybody? Engineers? Okay. Four-man function. See these rose studs on this building? Amoskeag generally uses three prevailing metal ornamentation devices: the rosebud, the star, and the diamond. Those are tie rods that anchor the floor of the building to the wall. If you can imagine the 800 looms in this building operating simultaneously, it was like a mini earthquake every day. And that simple four-man function element has kept the walls and the floors tied together for more than 150 years. That's true.
God bless how to resolve messages.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Question.